my name's Vicky and I work at Narrowmine Library. Welcome to Maker Monday. Today we're going to make an American folk art craft that's known as a Pew Doll. That's spelled P-E-W, and they were called that because parents used to make them for their kids to play with in church because they're made out of cloth and they're quiet, and if they drop them it won't interrupt the sermon in the church. So they're a pioneer craft from the 16 to 1800s, and all you need to make them is a little bit of cloth, something soft that can be the head, and a little bit of string. So if you get a piece of cloth and a ball of paper towels or an old sock or a little bit of cotton batting and some ribbon or some string, then we can get started. So to make your Pew Doll, you'll need your square of fabric. If it's got a pattern, put the pattern on the underside so that that'll be the outside of the doll's head. Then you'll need a ball of something, and that'll go about there, and you'll need your ribbon and scissors. So to make your doll's hands, you'll tie a little knot in each corner. There's one. There's two. Maybe. There we go, there's two. And then you'll put your ball about 1/3 of the way down from the top, and you'll fold it over. And you'll squish it so it's nice and round. And that's when you'll tie a little ribbon around, or a little string, or a rubber band if you're not very coordinated with tying, or a hair tie. We'll tie our little ribbon around to make our little doll's head. You can tie a little bow if you like, or you can trim it off. So there's our little head. And if you want to have a very simple doll, this can be your very simple doll because you've just got your arms and the body there. But if you want to make a more complicated one, you can also tie to give your doll a little waist. For the waist, you'll want to make it not as tight as the neck because you might want to adjust where the arms are. So you'll tie a little bow right around the waist. And then you can adjust your arms if you like. If you want to go even more complicated from there, which we won't do, you can wrap string around the arms to make them thin. You could then take these little tails here and wrap string around them to make little legs. And then if you wanted to be fancy, you could take an extra little bit of cloth and you could tie it around to make your doll a little skirt. You can also tie a little bit of cloth around the head like a little kerchief, and you can personalize it however you like. So this is your little Pew Doll. You can play with it silently. My grandma taught me how to make these, and her grandma taught her how to make those. So it's a nice family history craft. So I mentioned that this was a craft that my grandma taught me how to make. My grandma's grandma taught her how to make it. And while I was thinking about it, I realized I didn't actually know my grandma's name. So I used our library Ancestry Library Edition to look up some details about my family history. So this is my grandma Norma, and this is my great grandma Mary. That was during World War II when they worked in the Portland, Oregon shipyards, helping to assemble ships. And I was able to find that my great grandma Mary's mom was named Anna, and her mother's name was named Sarah. So I was able to find a little bit about my family history that I didn't know before, thanks to our free Ancestry Library Edition. All right, hopefully you've had fun making your Pew Doll, and you'll have some fun decorating it and personalizing it. And I'm signing off. Goodbye.